welcome to the Webcast for Thursday, October 30th. I'm South Ops meteorologist Jonathan O'Brien. It's another sunny start to the day across the region, although you can start to see marine layer clouds making their way from the Bay Area down into the central coast, an indication that we are shifting back from the recent offshore flow to more of an onshore flow pattern, bringing a little more of that marine influence back to the coastal areas. As we take a look at the wind observations this morning, there are still a couple of spots showing northeast to east wind gusts around 20 miles per hour, but other areas have already turned back to onshore wind directions, and the prevailing theme here, regardless of directions, are that winds are light across the board this morning, and that's going to be a common theme for many days to come as high pressure centers itself over the region. Another very warm day is expected today, though it will cool at least a few degrees for areas west of the coastal slopes due to the loss of the offshore flow, but most other areas across the interior will remain right around where they've been the last couple of days, and we remain solidly above seasonal averages. It will be another dry day as well. Minimum humidity will drop mainly into the 12 to 25% range, though still higher in the San Joaquin Valley and adjacent foothills. However, there will also remain areas of single-digit min-RH in Southern California, especially considering that we did see another round of poor recoveries only in the teens and 20s in a lot of spots last night. In terms of the big picture weather pattern, there really is not much to talk about for the next several days other than persistent high pressure, which is going to keep us warm and dry into early next week. While the ridge will fluctuate somewhat in position and strength, there will overall be little change in our weather, and there will not be any significant winds due to a lack of any offshore pressure gradients or upper-level support. The main story with this pattern will be the lack of precipitation chances, along with persistently above normal temperatures. We'll see a little more cooling west of the coastal slopes over the next couple of days as the marine influence becomes a little more pronounced. But it will remain warm and there will still be little change across the interior. Overall, upper 70s to upper 80s will be common for high temperatures in a lot of areas heading into early next week. Here's a look at the forecast highs on Saturday. It will remain dry as well, with minimum humidity staying mainly in that 12 to 25% range into early next week, but with lingering upper single digits over portions of Southern California away from the coast for the next few days. And again, no precipitation until at least the middle of next week. By the middle of next week, models are in pretty good agreement on a trough of low pressure moving into the west coast. This system will bring areas of rain and snow, but most indications are that the bulk of the activity will be focused in Northern California, with Central California possibly in play as well, and with Southern California unlikely to see much if anything. Still plenty of fine-tuning to do with that system, but at least a modest cooling and moistening trend will be likely by late Tuesday or Wednesday, along with a sharp increase in westerly flow across the interior. The warm and dry conditions will continue to bring large drops in our dead fuel moistures into next week, as fire danger indices continue to recover from the mid-October rains. ERCs are trending closer to normal for this time of year, and in some cases will be moving above normal by early next week. Dead fuel moistures will begin dropping below normal across most time lag classes. But of course, the big X factor continues to be that October rainfall and the effects it's had on our fuelscape, with some areas experiencing a significant enough level of green up to greatly limit fire potential for a long time to come. The ratio of dead to live fuel will significantly impact fire potential going forward, and this ratio may vary considerably by location, elevation, and aspect until additional widespread rains occur. So while the dryness will persist, our significant fire potential still remains very low overall due to the light winds and the pretty substantial amount of green up we've seen. However, there should be some steady light initial attack with the continued warm and dry weather. If we were to get a more significant offshore wind event following this long dry period, then fire concerns may be greater, but right now we're not seeing any indications of that happening over at least the next couple of weeks. So while we'd like to see some additional rain, right now it doesn't look like we have too much to be concerned about, even with the dry weather. That's it for today's webcast. Thanks for joining us. The next one will be on Friday, October 31st.